Hello and welcome to our show. Today we're going to discuss on an exciting topic that's affecting every one of us in this digital era: user experience and user interface, also known as UX and UI. This is your host Rahil, and starting with me are these two beautiful ladies who are expert in the topic, Disha and Reema. Are you guys excited for the show?
Yes.
Okay, so let's get started with introducing our sponsors, Udemy, the leading online learning platform where millions of learners worldwide acquire new knowledge and skills.
Let's explore your future with Udemy. You can learn how to program and build websites, study design and create logos, improve your presentation skills, and sell your ideas. With Udemy, you can learn practical skills from thousands of online courses taught by real-world experts. Explore your future. Udemy.
So let's get started with some of the questionnaires, and greeting and welcoming our guests.
Thank you for having us, Rahil, here. It's a pleasure that we have got an opportunity to have a discussion on the hot topic which is going currently for the UI and UX.
Absolutely, Disha. Thank you, Rahil, for having us. I'm really looking forward to our discussion today.
Okay, let's get started with our first questionnaires of the day. UI and UX. These terms are used a lot these days. So what do they exactly mean?
From my point of view, I believe that UI or user interface, it could be the interaction between the humans and machines, where the humans make the use of the machines in the form of digital platform for navigating the apps or websites.
And UX or user experience, as the name suggests, is all about the experience of the end user with the digital platforms. It's about how the user interacts with a particular product or a service. And this service could be a website, a mobile app, or any digital product like a kiosk in a restaurant. So user experience is all about how the user navigates from one touch point to the other in order to fulfill or get all his needs fulfilled.
That's a really great answer from both of you. Moving forward, why are UI and UX so important in today's digital landscape?
In today's digital era, as we are all aware that digital platform is the most crucial part. So we can access that at our fingertips from anywhere in any corner of the world. So I believe that user interface must be designed in such a way that even if it is a lot of crowd, but with the help of its UI design, we can stand it out alone from that crowd.
For the UX, I would say that UX is all about the experience that the user gets when he or she is interacting with a particular product. So when it comes to user experience, we need to really keep in mind what the users actually need or want from this product, and we should design the product on the basis of the user needs or their pain points or what their actual needs are.
Amazing. Following, what are some key principles or best practices when it comes to designing UI and UX?
I believe that the most basic key principle for UI designing is the simplicity. Because when we design the user interface that could be very simple, then it would be easier for the new users or the first-time users to access it, as well as those who are familiar with the digital platform. Because sometimes it might happen, the complex user navigation is difficult for the first-time users and they might not try to jump it out in this digital platform.
Yeah, Rahil, as Disha rightly mentioned, I would say that for user experience, usability is something that we should keep in mind. It's about how the user navigates and how it is easy or usable for him to use a particular product. And the particular product could be a digital product or a physical product. So it all depends on the usability. If he or she is finds it easy to use the product, it will enhance the brand's value and foster the image of the brand in the public and also help to get a positive feedback.
Interesting. So simplicity and usability are the key for designing. So moving forward, now what are some common pitfalls and mistakes that designers should avoid?
The common pitfall from my point of view is the user research, because whenever we start the designing part, first we need to go in a deep interest for the user research, from that which we can get to know that what is our target audience for what we are designing, because that will help us to attract our target towards that user interface which exactly we have designed for them. And with this it will exactly increase our target audience also for that product which we have designed, that either it will be an app design or the website.
According to me, one mistake that the designers do these days is, outweighing or overweighing the aesthetics of the website or the product over functionality. Whereas it should be the other way around. It should be functionality first and the aesthetics afterwards. I agree, there's no denial that visual appeal is important for any product or service, but functionality is one thing that is a key here, and it depends on the functionality that how the user will use the product. So it should be a balance of both functionality and the visual appeal.
Amazing, I get the sentiment. So, moving forward, as a seasoned UI UX designer, what do you consider to be the most crucial UI elements for creating a positive user experience, and why, Lisa?
The most crucial UI element designing is the navigation manual, as the navigation manual is a roadmap to navigate any of the section of the mobile application or the websites. If that navigation manual is easier to access, that it would be the easy for the user to navigate through the each and every section of that particular application design or website design which we have created.
So that's a really great answer. Reema, as a UX researcher, how do you understand user behavior and preferences to inform your design decisions?
Absolutely, Rahil. So, before creating or developing a product, understanding the user behaviors and preferences is vital. It is very important that we know what the pain points of the users are, what their needs are, and what their expectations are for that particular product or service. Based on this, we can go on and develop the service or product. For developing or going on navigating a product, we use different methods such as user interviews, surveys, usability testing, and so on. The data that we collect from all these methods gives us an insight of what the user is actually looking for and what their expectations are from us. And hence, on basis of this data, we can go ahead and develop the product.
That's a really great answer, Rima. And moving forward, fine. In this ever-evolving landscape of digital platforms, how do you ensure consistency in design across different devices and screen sizes?
I think so. Consistency is the priority key element for the interface design, and we can keep this consistency by following the few basic principles of design. As with the help of this, it helps us to keep track on while we are making the design for the different screen sizes which we are operating, like in the mobile or iPad, tablet, or that desktop. And with this, it will enhance the usability of that particular interface design.
Marvelous. Thank you both for your insights. And from this, I would like to conclude the phase one of the podcast. Just a little bit summary of the podcast. Phase one, sorry. It's clear that understanding user needs and employing effective design strategies are essential for creating user experiences. Introduction to our sponsor, Udemy. They are a global online learning company for individuals and organizations everywhere. You can learn with Udemy in 75 different languages and counting. Individually, Udemy brings unique perspective to reimagine the way knowledge is shared. Together, Udemy can improve lives by empowering learners, instructors, and organizations around the world. These are some of the companies that trust Udemy to upskill and reskill their teams. They currently have thousands of courses available with new editions published every month on emerging topics. You can learn almost anything, from database program, web development, market strategy, graphic design, and more. Udemy hope that you can join them for the next step in your learning journey. Check out Udemy at udemy.com. Welcome back to our second phase of the podcast. Today we're diving in deep into the world of user experience and how an effective UI design can elevate it. Let's kick things off by understanding the significance of UI elements and in enhancing user experiences. Disha, could you please elaborate this?
Certainly, Rahil. UI elements are the building blocks for the user interface where we can UI design for the forms or like buttons to navigate between the different mobile applications or website designs. Because here, this your elements serve as a bridge between the user as well as the interaction that interface design through which you for user it's easy to get access to that particular page or of the website and app they can access it.
Perfect. And Reema, from your perspective, how can effective UI design contribute to seamless user experience?
When learning effective UI designs is very crucial, like Disha mentioned, the placement of the buttons. So the UI elements make the interfaces not only intuitive but also easy for the users to navigate. I believe that placing the buttons or the UI elements strategically on the page or the website not just help the user to navigate or enhances the journey, but also makes the designer understand of the user needs and the user pain points, and in turn the designer can enhance or develop the page accordingly.
Fascinating, Rima. It's clear that UI elements plays a crucial role in shaping user experience. Now, Lisa, could you please highlight some key UI elements that designers should focus on?
For sure. For designing the UI elements, I believe that navigation menu is the main part as it is a roadmap to navigate through the different pages of the either we are using the websites or a mobile app. But there could be sometimes call to action button. For example, if we take that is of signing up. In that, if you maintain the consistency in designing, then it will be help for the user also that they will not feel of much more load, as in that user will be aware that whenever we are going with this button, they will always ask you to create your account or to register with that particular website or applications which they are using. By just asking them for the registered mobile number or the user ID through which they can create an account and further they can access to that particular mobile app or a website.
Perfect explanation. Disha, could you please shed some light on how UI elements contribute to the overall user experience?
Yes, UI elements are the kind of the language which we use for talking with the digital platform. Here we can take the example of the button actions, for example, for signing in. Everywhere in either we will find the word of the sign in or the login where the user will have the access towards to use that particular application or website by the account which they have created, and with this it will be easier for the user also that while looking for that particular button they will come in their mind that with this I will be able to access for this particular page.
Thank you for your elaboration, Disha. I've got something for you, Rima. Considering the dynamic nature of user interfaces, how do UI elements adapt to various devices and screen sizes?
So, while I believe that adaptability is a very critical part of the UI design or the elements, especially in today's agent time when we are using multiple devices. So, adjusting the UI elements in these devices of different sizes and resolutions is very critical. So, I believe that the designs or the elements should be responsive in nature and the layout should be dynamic in order to all the elements to adjust to the different sizes and the shapes of the screens that we are using. So adaptability is the key, and designers should keep this in mind while developing the design or the UI elements for any platform or multi-device.
Impressive elaboration, Rima. Moving forward, considering the rapid evolution of technology, how do you see UI elements evolving in the future, Rima?
Yeah, I believe that the technology is moving fast, and there are innovations. We see new innovations daily with augmented reality, virtual reality, different sounds and voice interfaces that have come in. I believe that if a layout or if a design is responsive and the layout is dynamic, it will help solve multiple issues if there are any. Also, with the advent of the AI or artificial intelligence, I believe that the UI elements have to be very personalized and they will eventually get personalized. depending on what the user is using, which platform or which device the user is interacting with. I believe that AI and these technologies will help designers design UI elements accordingly.
That's an exciting news ahead of UI design. And, before we wrap things up, Disha, could you please share some tips for aspiring UI designers looking to master the art of crafting effective UI elements?
Certainly, Rahil. Firstly, the designer must think from the user-centric approach, as well as they need to be get updated with the latest industry trends. Secondly, they can practice designing UI elements by working on the different projects or by working with the different elements of designing for icons or forms by creating. And I believe that we should keep on taking the feedback from the users or from our fellow designers so that we can keep on refining our designing continuously. As per my knowledge, UI designing is a continuous process and consistent which we need to keep on learning on the basis of experimentation.
Outstanding insights, Disha. Reema, in your experience, what are some common challenges that designers should face while implementing UI elements?
I believe today the designers face the challenge of maintaining a balance between simplicity, functionality, and the aesthetics of the digital platforms that they are working on. Like we mentioned earlier, today the users are using multiple platforms or devices like a mobile, an iPad, or computer desktop. So I believe that maintaining a balance between all the three devices and platforms is crucial. It should not happen that we are giving priority to one element and overlooking the other. So I think maintaining a balance is important.
That's a perfect explanation. Lastly, Disha, could you please share some best practices for designing UI elements that cater to the needs of diverse user demographics?
Yes, for the diverse demographics, we need to design it from their user-centric approach, where first we need to do the user research on the basis of their preferences by taking their feedbacks and what exactly they require. And on after designing the requirements, we need to give that additional options for the customization, which will make them more familiar to use it, and it would be a great useful to them also where they can fulfill their satisfaction and they will be like, yes, we were expecting for that, they could get it.
Indeed, consistency is key in UI design. Unfortunately, we're running out of time, but I want to thank Disha and Reema for their sharing their insights and expertise on this particular topic. Now we're going to start with some quizzes. First of all, let me just brief out about the rules for the quizzes. So there's gonna be 5 different quizzes related to the topic that we just discussed about, and whoever raises their hand first will get to answer. And no, there's a certain criteria. Well, if you guys answer it without raising your hands, your points will be deducted. So there's a penalty for it. And yeah, whoever scores the 3 points the earliest will win the prizes. So let's get started. So here's the first question. Which software relies mostly on network supports? And here are the options: Adobe XD, Figma, or Photoshop.
Network support.
Yeah.
I'm just guessing. Is it Figma?
Yeah, correct. So moving forward to the second question. What software features the shape builder tool? Is it Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, or Premiere? Yep,
Adobe Illustrator.
that's correct. Let's get into our third question. Which software is best for editing image effects? Is it Adobe Premiere, Adobe is Photoshop, or is it Adobe Illustrator? Let me ask it again, and you guys can raise your hand again. Which software is best for editing image effects? Okay, Lisa, go on.
Adobe Photoshop.
Yeah, correct. So we got 2 more questions. Which collaboration feature in Figma allows multiple users to work simultaneously on the same design in real life? Is it solo mode, or is it multiplayer collaboration, or is it design sync? Yeah, Reema?
Generating multiplayer.
Yeah, correct. So for the fifth question, what terms describe the process of enhancing user satisfaction by improving the usability, accessibility, and pleasure provided in the user interaction between the user and the product? Is it UI design, user interaction design, or is it user experience design, or is it user engagement design? Yeah.
User interaction design.
No.
UI design.
That only.
That's the same.
User interaction.
User engagement.
No.
Then it is the last option left. User experience.
Yeah, that's the correct answer, and I think we got a winner. Besides is so here are the gifts. Here you go.
Thank you so much.
Finally, I would like to conclude the podcast by thanking all our viewers and listeners from all around the world. We really hope that you find this discussion resourceful and insightful. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more updated videos and videos related to the topic. Finally, I would like to thank our sponsors, Udemy, the leading online learning platform where millions of learners worldwide acquire new skills and knowledge.